obviously looking ahead a little bit, first round of the playoffs. What's it take to get a win there,
Well, we were really good there in the spring, which was really good. We had a great shot to be able to win that one, and messed up on the final pit stop, got us behind, and then a bunch of wrecks kind of happened there with Ross and the 5. But I felt like we were really close on speed to those guys, so hopefully we can go back there with a similar speed in our stuff and have a shot to win. Should have won it last fall before we went kaplooey, and kind of ruined our playoffs. So it'd be nice to have a good start to it this year.
What's the big challenge there for you?
Just tire fall off. Being able to control that and pushing as hard as you need to push to be able to maintain spots, especially on restarts and things like that. What lane to choose, and staying out of the fence.
How does Darlington race differently with the new car, or does it?
Yeah, I mean it still races differently for sure than most other mile and a halves that we go to. It's just these cars hate wakes, and Darlington's one lane. So trying to get out of the guy in front of you's wake and make gains on him to be able to make a pass on him is very, very tough. So you can be 2-3 tenths faster than a guy, catch him, run him down, just ride behind him for laps, and burn your stuff up trying to pass them. So just difficult in that respect.
Will you race tomorrow looking at driver points and like where you are in the top 10? Is that how much will you look at that, considering there is a playoff point or 2 or 3 or 4 available to you?
Yeah. For us, I would look at racing the race and just trying to get points, try to be up there, up front in the stages, try to get stage points, what we can. Obviously, you need to be there at the end in order to finish, to get a good finish. But, if we can get, call it 15, 16 points through the stages and then get crashed later, that'll be a hell of a lot better day than just getting crashed later.
How much will the Darlington Xfinity race help the Cup race next week?
I don't think it'll really mean a whole lot. It was just kind of a race on the schedule, and later in the year enough that it's our last opportunity as Cup guys to be able to run. So I figured I'd give it a shot again and see what it's like and go up there. And Larson won it earlier this year in that 10 car, so I look forward to going and trying my hand at it.
Breaking down the playoffs and each first round of each one, of the first race of each playoff, how do you attack those first races of each round differently than, or does that set you up for the other 2 races in each round?
Not necessarily. I feel like you can be a little bit easier, more laid back, whatever you want to term that, for not putting a whole lot of pressure on yourself through the first round. Obviously last year we had 2 engine failures that knocked us out, so it was stressful. But you'd like to just kind of roll through there with, setting your standards for top 10s and get through the first round, up your standards for top 8s for the second round, and then you're going to need to be top 5s in the third round. So I mean that's a lot of consistency for 10 weeks in a row. But if you can get wins, go for the wins. Obviously, you can't really count on those, but I've pointed my way through plenty of times that to know that you can do it with pointing your way through, and so we'll see what happens.
Your fans think you can do anything, and so obviously they're very supportive of you, but they think that you can miraculously do anything, and in a way you can, but in a way it's a big challenge if you don't have everything that you need, right? Mm-hmm. How is that feeling?
I mean, I appreciate that. I feel like I do more letdowns than I do more pump-ups, but it's obviously it's a tough game, and especially this day and age with the equipment and everything else being as similar as it is between every organization. Obviously that kind of helps the lower organizations, let's say, but it just brings the competition so much closer that it's hard to make gains and hard to create separation. Last week at the Glen, I mean, we were all train racing there for 20 laps or whatever it was. It was really tough to pass, but feel like I'd give it everything I got all the time and try to make sure that I'm pushing as hard as I can push.
You've talked about
said, that his deal is completely different from yours, from where you were a year ago, but here we are a month out from where you made your announcement with RCR, and he still doesn't have a contract done. I mean, how different is it? You've been through that. What do you think he's going with?
I'm not sure what his situation is exactly. We knew what mine was. Mine was M&M's leaving and JGR unfulfilling their obligation to be able to find a sponsor to keep me in their race car. So fortunately, I've been at RCR where there's been sponsorship attained and more sponsorship attained and more sponsorship attained. So we've been, the guys at RCR, the front office group has done a great job. So I've been really happy with all of that. And again, I don't know what Denny's situation is with 2311 or what all the things he's working on, but he's obviously not letting it get to him. He's doing a good job. He's competing and contending each week. So, his mind's in the right place on Sunday.
Tom is spotting for Chase Purdy.
Tom Busch?
Yes.
Jesus.
Did you know that?
No.
You didn't know that?
No, that was not approved.
Well, he's on the roster as a spotter for Chase
That's
Purdy.
awesome. That's just another license I had to buy this year.
So,
He's good though.
Well, that's why
He was once upon a time. At least there's not two Bushes in the field where he'll get confused on which one he needs a spot for. So hopefully all goes well up there for Chase.
Okay.
You've talked about weathering the storm in recent weeks with the A team. How would you assess your group heading
Hey,
into the playoffs?
by the way, it's my dad's birthday, so
On Sunday?
today.
Oh, today.
Yes, today. It's my dad's birthday, so.
You want to say happy birthday?
Well, I just razz on him a little bit, and I'm sure he doesn't appreciate that a whole lot sometimes, but I get it too, so that's okay.
Yeah.
You've talked about weathering the adversity in recent weeks with your team. How to assess your group heading into the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard every week to continue to just kind of talk about the setbacks. I mean, unfortunately, we've had them. We had them again last weekend. We were running 7th, maybe something like that, coming into the pit stop cycle and feeling like we were going to cycle back out in 4th or 5th and be able to race, for a top 5 spot, and didn't get it. Was 20 feet short of making it to pit road before that caution came out. So just hate it for us and our team, and just another setback. But all we can do is persevere forward and work towards this week at Daytona and getting the best finish we can out of here. We're, I think, 8 points or 9 points or something out of 6th or 7th, right? For to be able to get some bonus points to lead ourselves into the playoffs with. So that's what we need to do this weekend.